You're boring. Not you guys watching. You guys watching are awesome. Organ C 200 hashtag 200 minor C minor whatever. That's the song that's playing right now, right? It's not hashtag 100. It's hashtag 200. It's a little bit of a remix. And with that, the music and Beato saying boring, I want to welcome you guys back to some more Umineko when they cry. Last time, oh yeah, I should start off with this. I've done my homework and I want to thank you guys for 98 subscribers. What? Guys, we're getting subscribers every day. Every day we are getting on average 1 subscriber. I don't know what to do, man. Every time I sit down to record one of these, I'm up 1 subscriber. If we keep going like this, I'll be at 100 in 2 days. Stop! I mean, don't stop. I mean, do what you want. I mean, I'm not gonna tell. Why would I tell y'all to stop? But I don't know what to do once I reach 100 subscribers. This is crazy. That's crazy. 100 subscribers. I'm gonna get a headache from this. Imagine 100 people clicking the subscribe button. That is crazy. That is crazy. We are on 98. We are so close. It's 2 people. Imagine 2 whole human beings pressing subscribe on the Amin Luffy channel. That is nuts. I cannot believe that. And that's how far away we are from 100. Nuts. Absolutely incredible. If I do get 100 subscribers, that's something I never could have dreamed of getting. Nowhere near. I thought at best I'd get 20 subscribers, legit. Once I passed 20 subscribers, I was like, oh, okay, that's nice. And then I got 30, and then that's nice. And then I got to 40, and then 50. But it took me 5 years. That took me 5 years to get to 50. And then, now I do these Umineko videos, and I'm at 98. Yeah, so basically, thank you. That's nuts. That's nuts. That's noise and nuts and everything in between. Welcome back. More Umineko. I'm still enjoying myself. Clearly, you guys are enjoying yourselves if you keep subscribing once a day. That's nuts. Oh my. Okay. Like I've said these last couple of parts, I have no idea what to do for our 100 subscribers special. I know I've got to do something eventually, but if it's going to get delayed for a couple of months, I apologize, okay? I'll probably just time it with my 1000th video special, because I've almost got 1000 videos. I've mentioned this before, y'all know all about this, I don't have to say that again. But, Umineko. Last time, I have done my homework, where not only have I written down the things I wanted to write down regarding the last part, but I've also written down the red shoots from the part before, which then gave me a little reminder of everything that happened both the last part and the part before. So my brain right now is ready to go for more Umineko. Hope your brains are ready to go for more Umineko, because I'm ready. Yes. So, I did mention one thing last part. Last part was really long. I spent a long time talking last part. I went extremely slow paced last part. But that's because I was actively trying to solve the riddle in my head as I was talking. But one thing I will say is last part, I mentioned how I was going to download the Japanese alphabet. Right? And I did. I did download the Japanese alphabet. However, the letters were in English. I don't know how to explain it, but the letters were in English. And to write a Japanese letter, I'd have to write it down in English. So if I wanted to say ko, I'd have to write down K-O, and then I got ko, and then I got a Japanese letter, or a Japanese word, or a phrase. So I was like, I don't know Japanese enough to do this, and there's no symbols. The Japanese symbols that they were talking about in Umineko, they weren't there, the kanji wasn't there. So I was like, alright, I don't know how to use this. So I just, deleted the Japanese language. Unfortunately, it couldn't work. But I have written them down in English. But yeah, like I said, it's unfortunate. That's how it's gonna have to be. I have the English. If I need to know the kanji, then we'll get there when we'll get there. When we have to solve the riddle, we'll get there when we'll get there. When I need the kanji. But for now, I'm gonna stick with the English translation. The 9 birds retreat, the visitors retreat, the whole Maria name. Maria, yeah, I did write how Maria's name village is within Maria's name, at least in Japanese. In English it doesn't make sense, but in Japanese it makes sense. And I've also written down the other Japanese. Oh yeah, I've written down how it says home of the gold during the 10th twilight rather than Golden Land. That is kind of sus. They've added a little so in there in Japanese. So again, this makes sense in Japanese kanji. It does not make sense in English, but there's clearly some wordplay going on. Yeah. But I've done my homework. We're also written down the red truth from the part before, so we're good there. We're good. We're ready to go. You see what I mean? See, I'm invested in this, okay? And I'll do my homework. This how you get kids to do homework at school, y'all. You get them invested. If they care, they'll do it. Oh god. Alright, and it took me longer than I thought it would have. It took me 30 minutes. It took me over 30 minutes because the part before I had to go back to find all the red truths. God damn it. But it's fine. I listened to some music while I was doing it, so it's not like it wasn't a big deal. And then I wrote them down. But okay, we're back. Beato's saying boring, something's boring. I guess us trying to solve the riddle is boring to her. Hey, you told us to solve the riddle. I don't know what to tell you, Beato. It's boring for you, that's too bad. Okay. Alright, let's get right into this. I've gotten so much support recently on all my videos. All my videos are getting... Can I say this, by the way? All my videos are getting 10 likes. Can I just say that? 10 likes and 0 dislikes. I know you guys can't see dislikes, or you guys can't really dislike the videos. But for me, because I'm the creator of this channel, I can actually see the dislikes. And there are none! None of you guys have disliked the video. And you have every right to, because, you know, it's your opinion, right? I'm not gonna stop anyone. None of you guys have clicked dislike. I've got 10 likes and 0 dislikes on my Umineko videos consistently. So I'm not just close to 100 subscribers. I'm getting 10 likes every video. My brain can't handle that. That's incredible. Alright, I can keep talking about how much I appreciate it every day, but trust me when I say this, guys. Even outside of recording, even when I'm doing all the daily things, I actually think about it. I actually think about how 10 people decided to like my Umineko videos, alright? Or at the very least, I'm getting 10 likes on my Umineko videos. I think about that, okay? On a regular basis. I legit, I'll be in bed ready to sleep and then I think, wow, 10 people liked my Umineko video. And then I'll go to sleep. Okay, so you might find that lame. I don't care. That's insane to me. So when I tell y'all, I truly do appreciate the support. I'm not lying. I am not lying, okay? Right? I just want to make that clear. Okay, so let's just keep reading Umineko for now. I can talk forever. You guys know me. I'm a babbler, right? I really went slow last part, so let's try to go a bit faster this part. Let's see if we can get a bit further along here. Let's end this chapter, I think. Let's try to do that much at least. Let's go. Virgilia? Yep. What is boring? Yep. Virgilia's here. Okay. Tsumaran.
はてさて、この子が何をぼやいているのかさっぱりですよ。
Rove?
おそらくマダムがバトラ様にいろいろと入れ知恵をしたのが不満なのでしょう。
Oh, boo-hoo. Beato is dissatisfied. Boo-hoo. Ha ha ha. We don't care. We hate her. Maybe the master doesn't hate her, but I hate her. Keep giving me hints, Madame. If you wanna call, I can call her Madame. I can call her Virgilia. Madame Virgilia. Okay, what are you dissatisfied for, Beato?
不甲斐ないバトラがようやくわらわに釣り合うレベルになったので、むしろ満足してるくらいだぞ。
Yeah, and I won. Frick you, I won. I'm the one who won. She did the triple haul! Virgilia is elite! She still one-ups Beato. Cross started it. Beato one-up Cross. Virgilia is on another level. One day someone will do the quadruple haul, but until then, Virgilia is the queen. Alright? She's the Queen Beato. We'll never forget the nickname. That's still a fantastic nickname.
少しバトラ君と仲良くしすぎましたか。
Nah, come on now.
若い子同士に任せて 老人は退散した方がいいのかしら。
Hey, are y'all laughing at us? When Virgil and Ronove giggled and cackled, Beatrice's irritation meter finally reached its limit. Okay, I don't like how they're laughing at us, at me specifically being a kid. I don't care about laughing at Beato. She keep laughing at her, that's good with me. But in a way, that's insulting to me too, okay? So, what the hell? But nah, if you guys are making Beatrice irritated, then okay, I'll take anything. I'll take that, I'll take it. She deserves to be irritated.
揃いも揃って、わらは笑い物にしようって。
Haha, you deserve it.
ロノウェ、しばし姿を消せ。消えろ消えろ。
かしこまりました。それではしばしのお暇をいただきます。
See you, mate. Bye. Keep laughing at her. Ronove bowed his head, still laughing, and hid himself. After that, all that remained was the figure of Beatrice, who was grumpy and irritated, and Virgilia, who was coolly enjoying her tea.
この島に19人以上いないと言ったあの赤がむしろあなたを追い詰めました。
She did? I guess she did, yeah.
やっぱりな。ちょっと早いかなと思ったんだが、やっぱ早かったかな。彼をもっと迷走させてからならともかく。全くにもって無駄な切り札でしたよ。むしろ彼を奮起させてしまいました。
In addition to his victory condition of denying the witch, Battler had held onto a different victory condition since he had wanted to explain things without suspecting any of the 18. Hadn't he been at his weakest when he was being tossed about by these two opposing goals? However, Beatrice had used the red carelessly and proclaimed that there were no more than 18 people. Because of that, Battler had been forced to suspect one of the 18, and he had finally begun to build up the readiness that he needed to accept that. Battler was stubborn, but because of that, when he was struck where he was fragile, fissures would crack all over him, like breaking china. Like breaking china. That itself should have been his greatest weak point.
前回圧勝だったんで、ちょいと油断が過ぎたかな。
Maybe so.
ええ、油断が過ぎましたね。前回はバトラ君にとって難易度の高いゲームでしたが。
Yeah, I had a rough time, didn't I?
どうやら今回はあなたにとって難易度の高いゲームになりそうですよ。
Will be a difficult one for you.
割れた壺は決して元に戻ることはない。未練がましくかけらを拾うより、他の手を考えた方が建設的というもの。
Yeah, I guess so.
しかし、すっかり知恵をつけたバトラにどう仕掛ければよいというのか。
I like how she's talking differently with Virgilia than she would typically with me. When she talks to Virgilia, you can see she's all vulnerable and stuff. But when she talks with me, she tries to make herself seem like this ultimate, great, endless witch that is all powerful. But now she's all like, what should I do? Another triple hole? Virgilia, you're elite with the triple holes. That's crazy.
ロの上のクッキーよりあなたが困っている顔の方がお茶菓子にぴったりですよ。
Ronove's cookies. Freak you, Beato. Even your master's laughing at you. This is entertaining.
バトラもお師匠様もどの上までもわらわお茶化扱いだ。
Cause you are. You're a snack.
わらわは決して甘くはないというのに。
Why is she being so childish? She's acting like a tsundere again. What's happening, Beato? With a shameful, childlike face that she would never have shown in front of Battler, Beato rolled her head around on top of the table. What a child! Nope, no hints for you. Frick you!
おや、何のヒントですか?
Virgilia, no. Stop that.
バトラをキャフンと言わせて、わらわを認めたくなるようなうまい指し手を。ズバリ教えろとは言わないから。 せめてヒントだけでも。
No, Virgilia, no.
ダメですよ。
Another triple hole! Virgilia! She does not stop, does she? Holy crap! I was like, okay, triple hole twice, but now a third time? That's crazy. That's crazy. This is her asserting dominance with the triple hole.
私は今バトラ君の味方をしていますから。
Yeah, you can't be helping her.
あなたに利することは教えられません。そんな固いこと言わずにさ、弟子が困ってるというのに。
And you deserve to be, because you've been a piece of crap disciple. You've been a trash person. You don't deserve hints.
師匠を超えたと散々豪語している気がしますが。
Yeah, she did. Oh, I surpassed my master. So yeah, you don't need hints.
年寄りらしく老快な知恵を一発授けてくれよ。
You don't deserve it. Kureyo. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve it.
頼むよ。
頼むよ. Keep crying. You won't get no hint. Virgilia, don't you dare. Virgilia, she can keep going 頼むよ all she wants.
バトラにばっかりずるいってよ。
ずーってよ. Why are you such a crybaby? Stop crying, baby.
もう
No?
相変わらずのダダっ子ですね。
Yes, she is. Don't help her. She's
で
gonna...
も
No.
確かにちょっと
Virgilia.
バトラ君にヒントを与えすぎたかもしれませんね。
Virgilia. Beto's gotta learn the hard way, okay? She's a spoiled child. She's gotta learn the hard way. She's gotta lose to me. Come on now. What do you mean giving Battle a few too many hints? No. Stay. Nah. You're my second. You're supposed to be my Zoro. Where are you going? Why are you helping the enemy?
あなたのお給にはなったけど、フェアなゲームとしては少し肩入れをしすぎたかもしれない。
I am fighting a witch that has lived for 1,000 years. She has a whole butler with her. She has 7 steaks and goats. What do I have? Burn supposedly helping me. What's Burn been doing? Okay, she's got Lambda Delta helping her. Lambda's helping her. I got Burn. She hasn't done anything for me. Let me get my support from you, Virgilia. I don't have anyone else helping me. What? I deserve these hints. I deserve these hints. I don't care what anyone says. I deserve them.
そうであろう、そうであろう。頼むよ、お師匠様。せめて今後のヒントだけでも。
No.
ヒントだけですよ。
I'm disappointed in you, Virgilia. I thought you were better than this.
意味は自分で考えるのですよ。
She just jumped like a child. Yeah.
自分で考えるからさ、頼むよ。
And she really is vulnerable to her master, isn't she?
バトラをケチョンケチョンにできるやつを頼むよ、お師匠様。
She's like a completely different person now. Hey, wait, you want me down in the dumps? Frick you. It was truly shameful how she behaved when Battler wasn't around, even though she acted utterly like a great witch in front of him. True. Virgilia sighed, lamenting under her breath that Beato never seemed to grow up.
ではヒントだけ。イソップ寓話の北風と太陽というお話を知っていますか？
That's a throwback. That's a throwback from episode 1. Now, I got a comment regarding this, The North Wind and the Sun, Aesop's Fable. I remember getting a comment on this all the way back in episode 1, this is a long time ago, where a commenter explained it to me. A commenter who I believe is still commenting on my videos, actually. They still comment pretty frequently, so whoever you are that explained Aesop's Fable to me a long time ago, thank you. But I forgot what it exactly was all about, but it was something like the wind and the sun were fighting to have this guy remove a coat or something like that, and then none of it worked, and then basically the lesson was that you need patience or something along those lines. Something like the wind tried to blow very strong wind to remove the coat, but it didn't work. So the sun was trying to be very, very hot, right? So that you know the guy would be too sweaty and would remove the coat. But you know those tricks worked, right? But being patient is like the patience is the lesson you learn from Aesop's Fable, right? Something along those lines. But okay, maybe Virgilia will explain it to us.
もちろん。旅人のマントを奪うために 北風と太陽が勝負する話であろう
A cloak. Okay, I said it was a coat. Fair. It's a bit different, but fair. Yeah.
そうです
To steal it. Okay.
乱暴かつ請求な方法が常に
Yeah.
最善の選択肢とは限らないということです
Okay, good. Good that I remember this, cause yeah, I did get a comment regarding this. That yeah, being impatient isn't always the best. Sometimes patience is key. Yeah. Okay.
言われなくても分かっておるわわらわが勝ちを焦りすぎたことはすでに反省しておる意味はよく考えることですよそれからバトラ君も少々誤解があったようですがあなたにも誤解があるようですあなたはこのゲームの勝利条件を理解していますか
The victory conditions to make me accept that witches exist, no?
バトラを屈服させることの他に何があるというの
No, those were not the victory conditions. The victory conditions was to make me accept that you exist. My victory condition was to prove that these murders could be done, that witches don't exist, basically. That these murders could be done without magic, basically. That humans are capable of doing these murders. That's my victory condition, is to prove that. Okay? And then deny the witches. You need to make me accept you, not submit to you. That's different. Didn't you kind of make me submit in episode 2? But you didn't win because you didn't make me accept you, really, did you? Isn't that how that worked?
ほらその時点でもう間違っていますよ
You're already mistaken. Alright, so what are the victory conditions then, Virgilia?
わらわが何を間違えたというのあなたの勝利はバトラ君を屈服させることではありませんよ
Then?
バトラ君にあなたという存在を認めてもらうことではありませんか
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's to make Battler accept her existence. Exactly. So it's not about making me submit. You need to make me accept your existence. Yeah.
なんとバトラにゴマを吸ってわらわを魔女と認めてくださいお願いしますと頼み込めというのか
That's up to you, idiot.
愚かなそこまでわらわは落ちぶれてはおらぬ
And that's why you'll lose. Grrr, Beato growled, like a dog in a bad mood. Virgilia shrugged her shoulders, snickering at her disciple, who was as short-tempered as always.
ヒントは出しましたあとはあなたがよく考えることですよいずれにせよバトラ君にこれまでの手は通用しません相当の戦略転換が必要になるでしょう
A tactical conversion.
言われずとも分かっておる北風と太陽の話は何が言いたいのかさっぱりだがとにかく方針を変えねばならぬことは分かったお師匠様もあっと驚くような奇策を披露してみせるぞ
Nah, okay. Another triple hoe!
それは楽しみですねバトラ君はそれにどう挑むのかしらあなたの健闘も祈っていますよバトラのついでに
Okay, that combo's over, seems like. Sure. Alright, we're going to the guest house now? Mansion? Oh, right. Wait. We're going to the guest house.
もう投げ出して降参
Oh, it's younger Eva again. Okay, I thought we were going to go to the mansion, because they did say that they were going to go to the mansion to get stuff, right? To get some canned food and stuff, because they're going to get hungry throughout the day. But okay, I guess we're going to go back to younger Eva. Eva's really going to get some focus this episode, seems like.
そんなに眠いならお布団かぶって眠っちゃえば
If you're that tired, why not just go into a futon and sleep forever? As my consciousness grew vague and I pretended to fight my drowsiness, sinking deeper and deeper into the sofa, I scolded myself. Ah.
あんなにもクラウスから当主の座を奪ってやりたいって夢見てきたんでしょそのチャンスを私の魔法が与えたのにあなたはもう放り投げちゃうのそうは言うけれどこの謎は本当に難解よ知恵の輪の方がまだマシだわ 解けるってことが絶対に約束されているもの。
This riddle is really difficult. Even a wire puzzle will be better. At least in that case, you're assured that it definitely is solvable.
でもこの碑文の謎はそれすらも約束されているかわからない。
I don't know if I'm even assured that with this epitaph riddle.
私は挑むだけ無駄な勝負を挑んでるのかもしれない。
I might just be fighting a useless battle. Okay. Still hazy, I looked at the notebook which I had been holding the whole time. It was open to the page with the epitaph, which I had stared at, almost burned a hole through, on so many hundreds of nights I had lost count. That is truly a door. On the other side is the Golden Land, that place which ever since I was a child I've wished to reach. I've spared no effort to reach, and I've never been able to reach. Here I am with both hands upon the door. And even though the door is open, I still cannot reach the other side?
そうよ。あなたは扉に手をかけている。さあ、それを力いっぱい開くの。そして、その扉に書かれた文字を読むのよ。
Read the characters written on the door, okay?
力いっぱい開く。扉に書かれた文字を読む。
Strain your eyes. See through to what lies further beyond the epitaph written in the notebook.
懐かしき故郷は私たちの想像をきっと裏切らないわ。お父様が唯一懐かしむ過去は少年時代だけだもの。
The only past that father held dear was his years as a boy.
そうね。なら、鮎の川は
Ayu no Kawa, the Sweetfish River.
それが泳ぐ川は複数あるし、お父様が住んでいた場所のすぐ近くにあったかは怪しい。
Well, it can be metaphorical. Didn't we establish that it could very well be metaphorical?
鮎の生息するどの川が地図上距離的に近いか。なんて話になると、急に曖昧になって特定ができなくなる。自分で言ったじゃない。
Metaphorical, right?
水の流れる川かどうかわからないって。
Yeah, it just has to be. It could be a metaphor for something you can go down. Something you can follow downstream. Something you can go down off. Right? It could be a metaphorical thing you go down towards. Right? It doesn't have to be a river.
鮎という言葉がそんなにもややこしいなら忘れてしまえば。
If the word sweetfish is too complicated, why not forget it forever?
川で考えるの。
A river. Okay, I'm thinking of a river. Thank you, young Eva.
川で。
A river. Kawade.
家系図という連想は悪くないわ。
Family tree. Okay. A river. A family tree. It's true, because a river splits up. Similar to how a family tree splits up, right? From a father and I guess wife to mother, I guess, to children, and then to the siblings, and then to grandchildren, and then woo.
その要領で川から連想するものを他にも考えてみて。
Linking a river to something else along those lines. Something that streams downwards. Family tree. Trees. Root tree.
川じゃなくて。
Not a river?
川じゃなかったら鮎は泳げないのに。ああ。でも鮎が泳げるってことは海までつながってるのかしら。
Oh, right, because the sweetfish, right after they're born, they go to the ocean. But what could that mean, though?
川魚だけど海に出るってうちの人も言ってたし。
Despite being riverfish, they gone to the ocean. How can we root that with family tree? I don't know. Rhythm changer. That's a new soundtrack, isn't it? Ooh, it's a new soundtrack, y'all.
海まで。
Ooh, okay. Those are drums playing. Okay, I hear them.
いえ、でも。
Eva, what have you figured out? What? Help me out here. Huh? What is it, Eva? With the ocean? What?
気づいた。
Did you notice? What did she notice?
でもうろ覚えなの。
What?
ここには書庫があったはず。調べれば確認できるわ。
Does she have a book archive somewhere around here? Faint memory?
それがアユの川なら。
Has she figured out? Has she figured it out?
そして鍵は6文字の単語かもしれないなら。
Wait, Eva! Tell me, what have you figured out? And if the key might be a 6-character word. What is it then, Eva?
鍵が本当にその川に眠ってるというの。
Is the key really resting in that river? What are you talking about, Eva? Which river? What? I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm not in the same. What? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I have to search in an atlas. An atlas? What? So it's something geographical then. But even if I know that, I don't know from what I should take the 6 characters. Yo, this soundtrack is banging, by the way. Yo.
本当にわからないの？よく考えて。私たちは下手に頭がいいから発想が硬いのよ。
We're too smart for our own good, so our thoughts are inflexible.
気分の謎なんて大層に考えないで。子供の謎だと思って。男なんていくつになったって子供なの。
Yeah, we are.
お父様が老境に差し掛かったとしても、心の中の本質的な部分は子供と何も変わらない。
Father is essentially a child inside his heart. Yeah, he is. We're still children. We'll be 50, 70 years old. We're still children. Facts.
お父様への畏怖を捨てるの。マリアが船の中で突然出してくるようなくだらなくて低俗な謎遊びだと思って。
Like, Pete, think of this like it's a worthless infantile puzzle game, like the ones Maria suddenly brings up on the boat. Okay?
謎
Puzzles.
くだらない低俗な。
Okay. Eva, what have you figured out? What is it, Eva? What did you learn?
あれは確かなんだっけ。
Come on, Eva! I'm depending on you here, because I can't solve the riddle myself. I'm sure, if my memory isn't wrong, that was probably, huh? No, I don't have to rely on my vague memory. I should be able to figure that out immediately too by searching in the archive. What is she talking about? Figure out what?
私たちは多分もう答えに気づいてるわ。
You have the answer? You have the answer to the first 2 lines? What is it? Eva, younger Eva, please give them to me! If you figure out the answer, tell me!
あとはそれが正しいか調べるだけよ。
If that's correct or not, okay.
さあエヴァ、誰にも気づかれないように書庫へ。
Wow, make sure no one notices. Wow! You could have Kiria help you out. Kiria is the other genius here.
あそこにはお父様の書斎から溢れ出した硬い本が山積みよ。きっと私たちの疑問に答えてくれる本が見つかるわ。急いで。これが生涯で最初で最後の私たちの夢の叶うチャンス。
Wow, that's good. You could have taken Kiria with you. You have the knowledge of the family. Kiria has the knowledge of being big brain. You could have taken Kiria to help you out, but no. You want to do this on your own and get the inheritance all for yourself. Okay. Fair enough. We're off then. We're off to the archives then. When Natsu tried to lay a blanket over her, Eva suddenly jumped up. Natsu's like, she's about to fall asleep. And then Eva goes, no! I figured it out!
ごめんなさい。起こしてしまいましたね。
I seem to have woken you.
眠いなら無理をしなくていいぞ。お前から休みなさい。
Don't overdo it. You rest first, Eva.
ありがとう。ちょっとお化粧室に行って顔を洗ってくるわね。
Alright, she's just going to the lavatory. Okay.
無理をせんと休んだ方がいいで。また体に触るで。
Your health will take another bad turn, you know?
本当に大丈夫だったわ。すぐ戻るわね。
I'll be right back, okay? Alright, leaving only those words behind, I left the lobby at a brisk pace. The lobby was partitioned off by a door, so as soon as I went into the corridor, they could no longer see me. Okay. The archive was next to the servant room. Okay. Father always owned a vast book collection. But after he started to become engrossed with his occult hobby, his library of those kinds of books grew even larger. So that the normal books suitable for a normal study had been forced out as his study overflowed. His archive was where those normal books were stored. They were all stiff books for intellectuals, like complete volume sets of encyclopedias. But that was very convenient for me now that I was investigating something. Okay. I entered softly. Oh, you have a gun! You're still holding the gun. I entered softly, and just in case, I checked the room with my gun ready, making sure that there were no suspicious people there. Make sense? Then I locked it from the inside. Ooh! You locked it from the inside! Okay, Eva. I actually wasn't thinking that the murderer might be hiding somewhere. What scared me was my fear that one of the siblings might hear what I was investigating. Interesting. My heart had started jumping. I had been half asleep until a short time ago, so I hadn't been able to realize how significant this thing I had realized was. But as I started to become aware, my heart started feeling like it was about to explode. I wonder if any of the other siblings have realized this, so I'm sure they haven't, Eva. Come on, Eva. What have you realized? Let me know. What about Rosa? But I don't know about Kirie. She has extraordinarily good intuition. That's because Kirie is the GOAT. She's a genius. And I don't know about Rosa either. Is Rosa also really smart? Hey, frick you! Rosa's not same as the others. She may not be Kirie smart, but she's got a pure heart. Okay, she's better than y'all. She always has been, and ridiculously so. Talk that talk! Yo, I like young Eva now. Anyone that talks big about Rosa, I'm a fan of younger Eva. Older Eva? Nah, I'm with young Eva here. She was wise enough to make you think she was dim, so that she didn't earn herself unnecessary malice. Facts. Rosa is secretly really smart, but you know, you don't want to have that talk now, do ya? I pulled the book out and flipped through the pages. What? A sweet fish river? You found it? No freaking way. Well, what does it mean? Eva, let me know. What does it mean? Don't dawdle around with research further? What does it mean? Sato. You just said village is an older word for village. Great. But it's a densely populated area. There's any number of those. Huh? As you travel down it, you will see a village. Village is an older word for town or village, right? But it's a densely populated area. There's any number of those? What? Why not just hand over the Ushiromiya headship to Kirie forever? I will become the head. What is Sato? What is village? So Eva's figured out the Sweetfish River, but the visual novel is not telling us what it is because they want us to figure out ourselves. But Eva still figured it out? That's crazy! She's screaming. In that village, look for the shore that you speak of. It's a Kishi shore. Huh? Understand? It's a shore. Kishi. Kishi, shore. What? Kishi. Kishi. Shore Kishi. What? All those pieces that I hadn't been able to understand at all were right before my eyes started to snap into place all by themselves. What? How? How are you understanding things? Explain! I don't get it! I couldn't even remember to close my open mouth. My throat grew completely dry. Is it really right for this to be the answer? Really? Really? But this isn't... It's not 6 characters, but you're supposed to remove 6 characters as well, aren't you? I'm absolutely I was absolutely sure that this is the answer, but this doesn't reach 6 letters at all. Does it have to? Think of how we could read it with 6 characters, okay? If you can think of one, then research it. There has to be an answer. You must not doubt that. She's figured out the 6 characters? How? Why? What? Eva's a genius! Help me out here. What did you... How is she doing this? She found it? She found the key? She found the key! What the frick, Eva? Yo! She's found the key already? We're only on episode 3! And she's found the key! That's nuts. Okay, Eva currently knows what the key to the golden land is. I'm clueless! The key to her childhood dreams. The only key to stick the key in is that place. What? That place? That is what offers us the sacrifices? You get it now, right? What? So not only does she know what the key is, she knows where to stick the key in. That's crazy! And that's what offers the sacrifices? Yo, that scream was incredible. So she's figured out how the messed up system works. She's figured out how Beto's doing these murders. Really now. Oh, that's the end of the chapter. No, it's 10 a.m. Oh no! Are you serious? Coronation. Oh, Eva's still going! Y'all, this is crazy! This is crazy! Eva's really Eva solved it! Eva's solving it as we speak and I have no clue! Where's she walking towards? This way. I mean, at least, okay, if you can find out the location where the key's supposed to be put in, that's at least them giving a hint to us about, okay, we know the location, then we can try to figure out what the key is. Maybe. So she's outside somewhere in the rain, and she's going this way, right? They are inviting me to go this way after all, okay? Huh? My heart leapt, because there, gaping wide, was the open mouth of eerie darkness? Huh? What is this?
何なのよこれ。
What is this? Ayo, guys, this is awesome, but I have no clue what's going on. When I strained my eyes, peering through the darkness, I saw something that looked like a light switch. What? In addition, there was a switch with open and close written on it. Huh? What? What the frick? What? I've never seen this place in my life. I resolutely pushed the switch for the lights, and rough lights. Wait, she's found the area. It's somewhere in Rokkenjima. It's somewhere in the island. So it's in the island, so Eva's found it. Wherever this place is, it's in the island. It's in Rokkenjima. This key, it's all in the island. And what are these staircases? Eva, Eva, what are you learning? Eva, what have you learned that I'm still clueless about? I resolutely pushed the switch for the lights, and rough lights, almost like you'd find in a coal mine or something, flickered on sporadically, making a staircase that stretched underground come hazily into vision. A staircase that goes underground? Where is this place? Eva, where have you gone? Where have you walked to? Eva, what is this? Eva, what? Okay. It was creepy how it now looked even more gloomy with the lights turned on. Other than the light switch, there was also a switch with open and close written on it. I could probably open and close it with this, but if I was unlucky enough to find that the open part was broken, I might be closed up in this creepy underground air for all eternity. Yeah, and then you can just die here. No, maybe not. Maybe someone else will also solve the riddle and come to save you. Wait a minute! If Eva's solving the riddle right now, does that mean she'll get inheritance? Oh my god! I just thought about that! Yeah, if Eva completely solves it now, she'll get the inheritance! No way! That's crazy! Kiria, you gotta catch up! Kiria, you gotta solve it! You gotta solve it! She's gone so far! How has Eva gone this far, man? Right, she could probably close it. She closed the entrance, I guess. Is what the open and close switch mean. Okay. So for the time being, I didn't touch the open close switch. And as I readied my gun again, I slowly went down the stairs. Okay, make sure you have the gun up. Whoo! Whoo, baby. Okay, she's going down the stairs. What are we seeing here? Don't cut away. Don't you dare cut away. Because the ceiling was very high, it didn't feel cramped. On the contrary, it felt as though a cool breeze was blowing upwards, and I even sensed a spiritual presence from the eeriness of it. With my gun at the ready and carefully staring forwards, I continued descending the stairs. The walls, the stairs, the lights, all of them were very old-fashioned. It may be beyond doubt that this had been made at the same time that the mansion had been constructed on this island. At the same time! Okay. There were cracks in the ceiling and water clung to the walls, constantly dripping down. That's because of the typhoon, no? Huh. That water fell into a gutter that had been set up alongside the stairs, then quickly and silently flowed into the underground darkness. It was as though it was telling me to go faster. What? Follow it downstream in search of the key? And not only has she found the key, she's found the place? How? How has Eva figured this out? That's crazy. She's learned what the sweet fish is. She's learned what the... So, I feel like the moment you know what the sweet fish river is, you'll also automatically figure out what the village is, because Eva's figured it out, right? That water fountain to gutter had been set up alongside the stairs. Okay. The staircase turned back on itself a number of times. It was hard to tell how far underground I'd gone, but I thought it to be much deeper than one floor. Okay. What? And eventually a rough metal door showed itself. Hey yo! This reminds me of the underground place in Higurashi, where Satoko, Keiichi, and Mion were tortured. This reminds me. They were all sent underground, and then in the anime at least, and then freaking Satoko was like pinned, like cross style, like Jesus style, and freaking Shion disguised as Mion was torturing the hell out of her. Keiichi got a good little troll there too. Mion got thrown in the gutter. She died. Shion ended up. Yeah, that was crazy. This reminds of that underground area as well. So this is underground somewhere. A rough metal door showed itself. Okay, and there characters had been written in a dark red paint. They had probably been written a long time ago. Right. The same red paint I'm guessing as the magic circles? On the 10th twilight, the journey ends and you shall reach the home of the gold. It's a red truth. That's a red truth right there. Right. So like we've noticed before, home of the gold, it's written differently than golden land. It's written as home of the gold rather than golden land. For some reason. For some reason. My heart, which was already about to explode, jumped out even more as soon as I read those deep red characters. Yikes, yo. There's no mistake. This is the last stop? Father's golden land? She's found the golden land? That's the golden land? Really? Oh my god, Eva! Eva! You get the inheritance! You did it, Eva! I calmed my throbbing heart, somehow regained my composure and readied the gun again. She's found the golden land! How? This is what the 10 tons of gold are? 10 pieces of gold? 10 tons, or yeah. But since, in the end, I couldn't open the door with my gun held in both hands, I lowered the gun, carefully erased my breath, and opened the door. Rest. We've heard the soundtrack before. Okay, rest. Isn't this the inside the... What? Inside the what? My first impression when I saw the room was the question whether it might have been connected to one of the rooms in the mansion. Huh? So, you tell me this underground area... You're telling me this underground area is connected to the mansion? Or maybe just the aesthetic of the room. Maybe the aesthetic of the room is connected to the aesthetic of one of the rooms in the mansion. So, are the 10 tons of gold here, Eva? Have you found the gold yet? Have you reached the golden land? What the frick? Eva? Huh? Yes, this place had exactly the same atmosphere about it as the forbidden... Oh, as the forbidden VIP room on the second floor. The same atmosphere. So the room that Beato stayed at in episode 2. Huh. Okay. Okay. But this was underground, so there were no windows. There was only the solemn light of a grand chandelier. But the quality of the interior, dimly lit by the faint light, was more than enough to take your breath away. What? There's the gold! There's the gold! Oh my god! She's found the gold! This is the golden land! We're here! We did it, y'all! Eva's found it! Eva's insane! Eva's insane! Okay, a bed with a canopy and a rocking chair that looked like it would be very comfortable to sit in. An extravagant sofa and carpet. Guys, this is crazy! This is crazy! A rocking chair that looked like it would be very comfortable to sit in, okay? The room was like a dream every girl yearns for at least once. Is this Beato's room? Her room of gold? And yet, since it was an underground hidden room with no windows, it actually felt more like it could be the hidden house of a witch. But what about the hidden mansion? I thought the hidden mansion was the hidden house of the witch. Or maybe it's something else? Maybe this place is underground in that hidden mansion somewhere? Maybe the home of old is the hidden mansion. But how does Eva know the location of the hidden mansion? Only Rose has been there. So how does Eva know the location? I don't know. Maybe it's in another place. I'm guessing it's in a location Eva knows about, right? Let's assume Eva doesn't know the location of the hidden mansion. This place could be underground in the chapel, underground in the storehouse, underground in the like little building outside the mansion, or somewhere in the rose garden. It could be in the what's it called? In the courtyard of the mansion, one of the rooms of the mansion that leads underground. Maybe it's underground near the guest house, or maybe it's underground somewhere else that Eva knows about. Eva knows about this place though. That's crazy. I'd never swallowed the legend of Beatrice, Witch of the Forest. However, if you're shown this room, it certainly would become hard to doubt that she actually had existed and had lived in here. Is someone there? That's crazy, bro. Although I was dumbfounded by this room, I timidly kept my gun raised and searched the interior. And in the center of the room I found it. Well, yeah, I saw the gold. I saw the gold. I saw the 10 tons of gold. You found it. You found the gold land. Eva, you've won the game. You've solved the riddle, Eva. You found the gold. I saw it. Yep. I saw him. Those are the 10 tons of gold. You found it, Eva. You win. You win. You solved the riddle. You found the gold land. Here we go. Now she's gonna bestow the 4 treasures to you, Eva. You've done it, Eva. You're the new inheritor. That's crazy, Eva. You did it. My guess came out strangely, as though a bunny was being choked. Happiness of Marionette bonus. Okay, new soundtrack. Cool. I mean, after finding something like this, no one would have any words other than that stupid voice. You found the gold! Hontoni anta! Okay, so now I know for sure that Cross didn't find this place, because Cross only found 1 gold ingot, and that's a gold ingot that that Kinzo gave to the Maruso company president. So I know for sure that Cross did not find this room, but Eva did. Eva's done it. You found father's gold, Eva. You did it. Eva, you did it. What? On the opposite side of the canopy bed, it was piled up in a massive heap. A mountain of gold ingots! Woohoo! Is Battle seeing this? Like Battle on the other side of the realm? Of course, they weren't piled up carelessly in a way that would damage the dignity of this room. A beautiful scarlet stain weave was laid on the mountain of gold. A beautiful scarlet satin, not stain, satin weave was laid on the mountain of gold, creating a beautiful 3-colored mix between the red, the gold, and the black of the deep darkness. Huh. Okay. Okay. It was as though, when the witch slept on this bed, the gold would be a respectful chamberlain waiting on her. Okay. Nobly, refinedly, gracefully, beautifully. It was piled there with an imposing and yet ceremonious air. I tried to grab a single gold ingot and was surprised at its weight. Well, yeah, it's gold, it's heavy. It was probably about 10 kilograms. Well, yeah, that's about how much a gold ingot weighs. 10 kilograms sounds about right. Just this 1 ingot would easily be worth 10 million without a doubt. That's crazy! Just grab... Did you bring a bag with you? Grab like a couple. Grab a couple. 10 million yen. How many dollars? That's 100k, right? That's 100k. Okay, grab a couple. Grab like 10. Grab 10 of them in a bag. Boom. Boom. I mean, actually, wait. 1 is 10 kilograms. That means 10 is 100 kilograms. 100 kilograms is heavy, bro. That's a lot to carry with you. Okay, that's an insane bunch. But it can be done. It's a lot though. But it can, if you carry them 2 by 2 every time, 2, 2, 2, 2, out of there, okay? You're rich, Eva! You're rich! You found the gold! The Ishinomiya family crest, the one-winged eagle, was lightly imprinted on it. It was hard to tell whether it had worn away or whether the impression had been made carelessly in the first place. But it was certainly the crest of the one-winged eagle. Just how many ingots are piled up here? Just by roughly multiplying both sides and multiplying that by the height, it must surely come to over several hundred. Several hundred. Yeah, I mean, like probably like, let's say there's 7 this way and then 8 up there and then like 9 that way. That's several hundred, yeah. Something like that, I don't know. That's crazy. that's several hundred gold ingots. That's a lot of gold ingots. Several hundred gold ingots, where each is equal to 10 million. So let's do let's say it's 100. 100 times 10 million. That's not 10 million. That's not 100 million. That's 1 billion. If you just say it's 100, that's 1 billion yen. Also known as, what? $10 million? That's if it's 100. $10 million for 100 of these. And there's several hundred. So you get many million. You get like $40 million. For like $40-50 million. That's crazy. You're rich as hell, Eva. Especially 1986. Discount for inflation. 1986. You're rich, Eva. You are rich. My mind's already blank. I can't calculate it properly. Even a conservative count will put it easily above 1 billion yen. Yeah, I mean that's what I said. 1 billion yen. Wow. You did it, Eva. You did it.
そりゃそうよ。そうに決まってるわよ。だって10トンの黄金よ。
10 tons of gold, y'all.
時価にして200億円の黄金よ。見つけたわ。誰よりも早く私が見つけたわ。
You freaking found it, Eva. That's crazy. 20 billion yen. 20 billion yen, that's $200 million, isn't it? That's nuts! In front of the mountain of gold, I spread my arms and looked up at the ceiling. Oh, dude, in the anime, this must look fantastic in the anime. Just Eva going, ah, in front of the gold. That must look fantastic. Dude, I wanna see an animated scene of Eva doing that. That must be such a great scene. Eva just going, wow. I laughed without a trace of dignity flowed out from my entire body. Like a Berto sort of laugh, right? Ugh. I had no intention at all of laughing in such a weird way, but I just couldn't hold back the happy feeling that flowed throughout my entire body. That's insane, Eva. Props to you. Honestly, I don't love you or anything, but props to you for finding it. At least you were the first to solve the riddle. You had motivation, you had heart, you worked hard, and you solved it. So congrats to you. Congrats to you. I can't lie. I can't lie. I think now Berto has to surrender to you, no? She's gonna give you the inheritance, no? Isn't that how that works? That older brother of mine probably wouldn't accept his loss just because I had found this gold. But from now on, there will be no changing the fact that I had been the one to find the gold. To steal the headship of the family, I would still probably need some trouble tactics. But after everything I've gone through until now, that's a completely trivial problem. Even if I lose out on the inheritance of the Ishinomiya family and everything, This 20 billion yen's worth of gold is now mine and mine alone! Let's go, Eva. That's crazy though. I'm still so dumbfounded by the fact that you found it. You found the gold. You know the location now. Crazy. Crazy. It is solvable. It does exist. That's the part I care about. It's solvable and it does exist. Okay, good. That means even I can... Well, I obviously won't be able to solve it. Eva hasn't given me any hint on how to solve it, by the way. But, okay. Alright. With this in front of you, there's no way you'll think that. She's so happy right now. It was just an excuse that have-nots make for themselves. Gold is everything? That's true. Your husband's company is more than fine. Your husband's company is living good. And I can even leave a vast amount of money to George. Wow! Wow! Hey Eva, you'll help me out! Eva, help me out! Hey Eva, listen. My name's Battler. Okay, come on, give me one of the ingots! Give me 2 ingots! Please, give me 2 ingots! Give me, how much is 2 ingots? That's like, what did we say 1 ingot was? How many millions of yen was that? 10 million yen? Give me 20 million yen, that's $200,000! Give me that, Eva, come on! Be nice to me, come on, Eva! You're my aunt! You're my nice, beautiful aunt, right? I'm totally not being a literal gold digger right now. Not literally a gold digger, because it's literally gold. That's what I'm doing right now. I've always hated... Well, I haven't hated on Eva the entire visual novel, but I've always talked badly about her. And now that she's actually found the gold, I'm being a simp for her all of a sudden just because of this gold. You know what? Fair enough. Hate on me. Alright, fine. I'll stop simping for her. Okay, fine. But come on, Eva, you can at least give me some gold. Or at least give me some hints on how you figured it out. How did you figure it out? George is the true successor of the Shiromiya family. It happened. My wish was granted. That dream I have wished for ever since I was born into this world as Ushiromiya Eva has been granted completely in this very moment. My husband and I will be happy for all eternity. And I can also give my only son, George, eternal happiness. Eternal happiness! Eternal bliss! That's what that's what Beato's doing. She's an eternal witch. She's achieved the eternal bliss. The Shinomiya wasted on foolish pleasures. My older brother has chewed up the Shinomiya family, but George and I will revive it. And that means that we truly have succeeded the headship of the Shinomiya family. Anata! Honey! Fair play, Eva, fair play. Guess I can't lie, y'all. Like, I don't love Eva, but I can't lie. This honestly makes me feel happy for her. I do feel happy for her. Kinda. I kinda do. She has been treated harshly by both her dad and her brother. I do kind of feel happy for her that she succeeded like this. You know what I mean? She might be a bit selfish here. She only cares for herself and George and Hideyoshi. Doesn't want to give money to her siblings or, you know, her nephews. Come on, help out the battler, will ya? Help out the Jessica, will ya? Come on, Jessica, at least Jessica, right? Because Jessica's like you. She's not trying to be all feminine, right? That's what you always stood for, Eva. Come on, help out a Jessica. Give her a couple gold ingots. You have more than enough. Come on. That's right. After this, never again will we be smothered by sad nights. Congratulations, me. Ishiromiya Eva.
私たちの悲しい半生は今ここに全ての念願が叶って消化されたわ。あなたのおかげよ。あなたの魔法があったからこのチャンスに恵まれた。このチャンスがあったから私はここにたどり着くことができた。ありがとう。でも私の魔法は私たちが互いに信じ合わなくちゃ叶えることができなかった。だから私の魔法の力だけじゃない。
It's a power of belief, is that what you're saying?
私たちの勝利よ。
She's saying again, it's because we believed in each other. So believing helps, it gives you magical power. It gives you power. Believing is power. Got it. It's all about believing. Okay.
だからこそおめでとう。私たち。
Congratulations, us.
ありがとう。私。ありがとう。後ろ宮エヴァ。
Thank you, watashi. Arigatou, watashi. Arigatou, me.
今日までくじけなくてよかった。悲しみに溺れ、あがくことを忘れなくてよかった。
I'm so glad I didn't drown in sorrow and forget to keep struggling.
いいえ、これは私の魔法。私たちの魔法。あなたの魔法は本物だったわ。森の魔女ベアトリーチェなんてすでに幻想。あなたこそが本当の魔法が使える本当の魔女。そうよ。あなたこそが今や黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェなのよ。
Wait, you're calling your younger self Beatrice herself? That's crazy. Okay. Wow. Wow. Everyone decided to leave that place for the time being. I mean, yeah, makes sense. And when she climbed the stairs again, trying to leave this secret place, she saw a creepy, swaying human shadow blocking her path, and her dreamlike state was blown away. What? No way. Did someone follow her? Did someone follow her downstairs? A creepy swaying... Oh, I'm scared now, y'all. A creepy, swaying human shadow blocking her path? Who's there? She's pulled out her gun. Look at her. Look at her, yo. Who's there? For an instant, she believed that the true master of this room, the real Beatrice, had appeared. It seemed that the other person was also holding a gun. Oh! So it's one of the people... One of the family members followed her. That's the only logical conclusion there. The two of them were pointing guns at each other. Hmm? And eventually they each realized who the other was. So, another person has also solved it? It's Rudolph, isn't it? It's Rudolph, isn't it?
Rosa.
Rosa! Let's go! That's my goal! She solved it as well. I knew she solved it. I didn't totally not think it was Rudolph. Let's go, Rosa.
姉さん。
Wait, Rosa, you solved it?
こんなところで何をしているの？
What do you do in a place like this? Rosa, you solved the riddle? What the frick, Rosa?
お互い様よ。あなたこそこんなところへ何のご用？
Oh no. Please shoot each other. Shoot each other. No, it's my gold now. Rosa, shoot her. Rosa, shoot her down. It's your gold now. It's for you and Maria. You deserve it.
姉さんにヒントをあげるんじゃなかったわ。
Oh!
そうだったなら、ここにたどり着いたのはきっと私が一番。
Yo! Which hint? Which hint did you give her? I need to rewatch last part. I need to go back. Was it the Maria Village thing? It was the Maria. It was Maria Village. How village is a word in Maria. It's something like that. It's some Japanese kanji that I never understand. What?
残念よ。
Too bad. Are you gonna shoot her? Please shoot each other. That would be epic. Hey yo, that would be epic. Like, hey yo, this one is from my family. Now your sisters. You wouldn't shoot each other, right? Your sisters. It seemed that Rosa knew where this staircase went and what was waiting ahead of her.
言うわね。私より遅くたどり着いたくせに。
Coming from someone who arrived here after me? But you arrived here at essentially the same time though. You figured it out during the same day.
鮎の皮に悩みすぎたわ。
The sweet fish. You figured it out, Rosa?
鮎なんて大した意味ないじゃない。
The sweet fish part didn't really matter that much at all, did it? Huh. It didn't?
そんなことないわよ。立派なヒントだったじゃない。
It was an excellent hint if you ask me.
まあ確かに鮎である必要はなかったかも。
Maybe there's no need for it to be sweet fish. Hey, yo, guys, keep giving me hints. Okay, there was no need for it to be sweet fish. Okay, good to know. I'll remember that when I try to solve it myself.
でも鮎が海に出る魚だと聞いて私はそれで気づいたの。
Seagulls, Uminekos, fish that go out into the sea. When I heard that sea fish are fish that go out into the sea.
この奥には何が？
What do you think is inside, Rosa?
自分の目で確かめたらあなたの想像をきっと裏切らないわ。
I don't see it with your own eyes. You definitely won't betray your expectations.
怯えないで、姉さん。私はもともと当主が誰になるかなんて興味ない。
Okay.
後ろ宮の席だって興味ないしね。
Okay.
本音を言うと自分が当主になるんだってずっと威張り散らしてたクラウス兄さんから姉さんがその座を奪うならかえって小気味がいいくらいよ。
You actually feel good about that. Okay, fair enough.
本気で言ってるの？
Are you serious?
もちろんよ。私は後ろ宮兄弟のはぐれ者。
I'm the answer of the Shiroma siblings. That's true!
仮に私が当主跡継ぎだとお父様に指名されたとしてもそれを兄さんたちが認めてくれるわけもない。
Speaking of which,
そこまで甘い夢は見てないつもりよ。
I cannot have such naive dreams. Speaking of which, now she mentions brothers, can we talk about how the only two women out of the siblings were the ones to figure it out? Guys, men are trash. We're dumb. I told y'all. We are dumb, bro. Rosa's figured it out. Emma's figured it out. Rudolph and Cross are in the gutter. Yo, they keep proving how dumb we are. I haven't solved it, you know. I'm dumb myself. Battler hasn't solved it. Okay, well, to be fair, okay, well, we can't expect the same. Well, still, 4 siblings, half of them are women, the other half are men, okay? Both women have solved it. That's crazy, bro. Can we talk about how men are trash, yo? We suck at this. We suck at these riddles, yo. Is Battler gonna figure it out? What? That's crazy, though. Alright.
私にも見せてよ。姉さんの勝利の証を。私は兄弟で取り決めした正当な取り分さえもらえれば、むしろ姉さんがこのゲームの正当な勝利者だと積極的に認めるつもりよ。
I like this, Rosa. Rosa's like, alright, as long as I get my portion, you're the victor.
私を撃っちゃえば、この黄金はローザの独り占めになっちゃうわね。
Yeah, but then it would be really obvious that Rosa killed you.
それは同じよ。 姉さんが私を撃てばこの黄金は
Please,
姉さんに
please shoot each other. Please shoot each other. That'll be so freaking funny. Are you gonna shoot? Am I? You wouldn't. You would. It's your sister. Come on. For a tense while, the sister pointed their guns at each other. You wouldn't shoot each other. Come on, you're sisters. Come on. Come on, just split the gold. Eva, you can take enough for your husband's company and for George. Rosa can take enough for her daughter and her design company, okay? And maybe she can find herself a new husband soon if she wants to. It's up to her. Whatever, I'm not gonna choose for her. She can do what she wants. But come on, split the portions, alright? You two deserve it. You solve the riddle. Let Rudolph and Cross sink in the gutter. Actually, don't let Rudolph sink in the gutter, because if Rudolph sinks in the gutter, then Battler's gonna struggle as well. And I'm Battler, so I don't want to struggle. God damn it! Eventually, after they sized up the glint in the other's eyes, they lowered their guns. Eva removed her finger from the trigger and held the gun upside down. It was a position that she couldn't quickly shoot from. When she saw that, Rosa held hers the same way. See that? Mutual respect.
そうね
We're sisters, right? Mutual sister respect. Okay, I like this.
相手を撃って黄金を独り占めにしようという提案はお互いにとって魅力的ね
But no, we split because we're nice people. We're nice human beings, right?
でも台風で隔絶したこの島から突然失踪すれば絶対に大騒ぎになるここに死体を隠せば簡単には見つからないだろうけどそれも絶対ではない何百億円の黄金があろうとも殺人の罪を犯すリスクには割が合わないわ
Okay.
むしろそれを出しにされてクラウス兄さんたちに絞り取られるのがオチね
Okay.
同感よここに現れたのが兄さんやルドルフであるくらいならあんたであったことは不幸中の幸いかもしれない
Okay.
私は兄弟であんたを一番信用してるもの
Okay. I trust you the most out of all the siblings. Okay.
ありがとう私も姉さんのこと兄弟で一番信用してるわよ
How much of this is an act to get on each other's good sides? Look at their faces, better. Can you talk about their faces? Look at Eva's face. Look at Rosa's face. They're both like, ah, yeah, I like you. How much of this is an act, and how much is this just them trying to get on each other's good side here? Like, yeah, I always loved you, yeah. Yeah, I always was on good terms with you.
私も黄金が見たいわ
I want to see the goal too.
見る私ももう一度見たくなった
I also want to see it again.
この目で見たにもかかわらずまだ現実感が湧かないのあなたと一緒に見て確かに存在することをもう一度確かめないと
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The second Twilight. Wait. The second Twilight, y'all. The second Twilight. The two who are close. Oh, what if Frozen ever the next to die? That would be funny. That would be funny. These two found the gold and they died down here. That's crazy, brother. That's crazy. The two who are close. I don't know.
霧になって黄金が消えてしまいそうな気がするわ
Imagine they go back down and the gold just disappears. Just the gold isn't there anymore. Someone in that time managed to take it all. That'll be funny. Eva started descending the staircase once more. However, she didn't carelessly expose her back to Rosa. Likewise, even though at a glance it looked like Rosa had lowered her guard, she definitely didn't show any signs of carelessness. They still suspect each other. They're gonna kill each other. And they reached that room of the witch once again. Rosa also gasped, made speechless by the vast amount of gold. That's crazy. That's crazy. Alright, we're out of there. Rosa and Eva walked absent-mindedly through the rose garden. I'm gonna end it there, y'all. Wow. 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 I have to say this right now. This has been one of the best Umineko when they cry parts. By far, one of the top three. I would go as far as to say top two best Umineko parts so far. Cause this blew me away, man. This is crazy. The gold exists. Okay. Oh my. Oh, this was awesome. This was awesome. This was awesome. The gold exists. Eva was the first to find it. Battler, no, not Battler. Rosa followed along, and okay, so Rosa gave Eva a hint regarding Maria. So clearly, the Maria village thing, Sato village Maria. There's clearly a connection there. That's a big hint given to us by them. There was another big hint that they gave us. Oh yeah, that sweet fish isn't. Yeah, sweet fish being that the fact that that the hint wasn't necessarily needed, but then everyone was like, "Oh, it's not a completely useless hint." When I heard that sweet fish go onto the sea, I figured it out. That's another big hint that the visual novel is giving us. So I'm gonna take those two hints with me. I'm gonna note them down because I feel like those are important, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this part. Can I just say that right now? I hope you guys have enjoyed this part of Umineko when they cry, because I had a blast to this part. This was so good. This was so good. This has been by far one of the best Umineko parts. Holy crap. Holy moly. When Eva started figuring things out back when she was in the when she was talking with her younger self earlier on this part, I was not expecting that by the end of it, she'd have actually found the gold. I was expecting her to find some hints and stuff like that, and then we move on to the next bit. But no, she found it. She found the gold, and so did Rosa. So that's crazy. That's crazy. While the visual novel is not telling us yet what the riddle of the epitaph means or how to solve it just yet, and I have not personally been able to solve it myself. Two of the characters in the visual novel have now officially been able to solve it. So congrats to them. Congrats to Eva and Rosa for being the first two to solve it. Specifically Eva for being the first to solve it. They're still suspecting each other, but hey, that's fair enough. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this as much as enjoyed reading this, because if you guys have enjoyed watching this as much as you enjoyed reading this, then you guys must have had a blast watching this, because I had a blast reading this. And y'all, all I'd say is this: I'll see you guys next time for some more Umineko. You bet I'm gonna keep recording this real soon. I wanna know what happens next now. Yeah, you got me hooked. Alright, y'all. See you guys next time. Thank you for 98 subscribers. And peace.